Hi, everyone. It's Stephanie again. We're coming back at you from GFI. We are focusing on any person really that embodies the go for it spirit and pushing forward and really picking up the momentum. Today, I want to highlight essential workers because we're living in a crazy time. Right now, I'm here with Neal Hunt. Not only does he serve in the American Air Force, he also works in the retail industry. How are you today?
I'm doing great.
Yeah. So I guess my first question for you is how do you manage being active duty Air Force and working at Lowe's?
Well, I definitely don't get a whole lot of breaks. I work pretty much every single day. The work continues when I go home as well. I just develop a good work ethic, take breaks when I can, and just handle it one day at a time.
So how have both of your jobs been impacted by the COVID virus situation?
We're doing a lot more measures to safeguard all of our employees and Air Force members. Like for the Air Force side, we're doing week on, week off. So only half of the crew is there 1 week at a time. We switch to every other week. For Lowe's, I only work on the weekends, but it's we have a lot fewer employees now. A lot of them quit on their own because of the COVID crisis. Uh, they increased the amount of pay that they get, but they started handing out free toilet paper, Lysol wipes, Lysol spray, and trying to help uh, implement and support safer work environment for the Lowe's employees. They're reinforcing 6 foot distance throughout the whole store, and the store closes earlier and opens later, so there's fewer work hours. But there's also a lot fewer customers because less people are leaving the house. Thank goodness.
The customers that do come into the store, do you think they're appreciative or have you run into a lot of issues because of this whole insanity, I want to call it?
Uh, I honestly don't deal with a whole lot of the customers myself. The few customers that are there are usually dealing with bare necessities like home emergencies, a water break, go plumbing out, HVAC problem. There's very few issues where like they need paint or something that's not really a necessity. But I work the night crew, so I do most of the stocking of the shelves. And when there's no customers in the store, so keeping a safe distance is a lot easier because I'll be by myself on an entire section of the store. But yeah, it's mostly it.
So I have to ask, you have a really good attitude about everything. A lot of people are freaking out. You're working two jobs. You're also supporting a family at home. How, how are you doing this? How have you trained your mind to just be like, I'm doing this, I'm good, and I'm going for it?
Well, honestly, I've already done most of this most of my life growing up, mostly because I'm pretty inverted. I avoided people for the most part, uh, pretty much my entire life. I don't like big crowds of people. I got lucky with that, but for a lot of people, it was a lot harder finding ways on how to entertain themselves in a home or how to use a hobby that doesn't involve other people or great gatherings or going out. So what I started doing was going more artistic style, like between painting or making soap or stuff that I can do in the home project wise, like in the backyard gardening, things that don't really require a whole lot of leaving the house.
And I think that's great, but I'm just kind of wondering about your work ethic because some people work one job and they're complaining. I haven't heard you complain once. So I guess what I'm getting at is how can other people, what tips do you have so other people have the same work ethic as you and push forward with positivity?
I find something that I like about the job, and I mostly just focus on that. I got lucky with getting a job that I personally love, but as far as people that may be having trouble with working a job they highly dislike or that's highly stressful, uh, I guess I would have to recommend finding some way of finding like a silver lining in a job that you don't like find something that you do well and focus on that. Because if you're good at a job and you find something that you're good at, like maybe it's not dealing with customers, but you're good at organizing, you just focus on that on the aisles. And if you are great with customers, but you're not very good with keeping everything on top shelf, focus on working on just the customers. And you focus on what you're good at, and focus on where your strengths lie.
I think that's great advice, and I wanted to thank you for your service in both aspects, because right now essential workers are what we need to keep the country running. Has this impacted your personal life at all?
It gave me more excuses to stay home, which is honestly what I prefer doing.
No problem. So, because I wanted to thank you for your service, something that I'm doing with essential workers this week is I'm offering you actually a gift card to my store, GFI Apparel. I don't know how you feel about it. I know you are a customer, but I was going to offer you a $150 gift card just to say thank you.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Thank you very much.
Great. So thank you for coming on. And again, thank you for your service. Guys, essential workers are what keeps the country running right now. And as you can tell with the person like Neal, he's just exuding positivity. And that's something we need. Find something you like. I think that's great advice. Find the silver lining in anything that you do. We'll be on more this week with another essential worker. And that's it for now. Bye, everybody.